We were so concerned about what was happening in Maui that we were texting back and forth. And I read this article that Dolly Parton had given money in her community. And I said, I think this is the answer. You said, I think that's the answer.
I said, I love it.
And so we have created the People's Fund of Maui that will put money directly in the hands of the people who need it right now. So if you send a donation, just click where you see below and send a donation. That money is going to go to one of many residents who have been displaced in Maui.
When Maui was damaged, the ultra-wealthy put out a PSA.
You're so concerned about what's happening in Maui that you somehow managed to hire a private firefighting team to protect your land before the fires started. You're so concerned about what's happening in Maui that instead of taking some of that land and housing even a small portion of those displaced people, you've hired a private security team to keep them off your land. You're so concerned about Maui that you simply haven't had time to denounce any of the shady real estate deals which are robbing people of everything they have, you know, like the ones you were involved in that helped you acquire that land for pennies on the dollar of what it was actually worth. You're so concerned about Maui that instead of taking what would amount to a year's salary for you and 4 or 5 of your billionaire friends, which could be used to rebuild the entire place in a matter of months, you're jumping on social media and asking the American public, most of whom can't afford to pay their rent right now, to do it for you. You're so concerned about Maui that it's more important that you get social media points than that you help.
And the public refuted it.
Dwayne Johnson and Oprah Winfrey is asking for donations for the Hawaii fire. Do the rich people stay rich by taking from the poor? Let me explain. No thank you, Dwayne Johnson and Oprah Winfrey. Y'all billionaires want donations from people that can't afford to buy milk or sugar. Kiss my I was at the store a week ago. I had to help this lady buy a loaf of bread because her card declined. So that's who you asking to donate. Leave the poor alone and go and ask some of your rich friends. And then y'all laugh at the end of the video.
All the people who were calling me and texting me and messaging me and saying, what do I do? What do I do? This is what you do.
You know.
The People's Fund of Maui.
What the is funny? People can't even buy syrup for their pancakes. Don't even think about no butter. People can't even buy milk for their cereal. Kids gotta put water on their Cheerios. People is eating peanut butter sandwiches because they can't afford no jelly. The rich stay rich from taking away from the poor. If you really want to help Hawaii, use your own money.
How about the residents of Maui?
We couldn't even have our pastor come in and ask us if we need prayer in the very beginning, but Oprah could come in. Who is she? Who is she? They said, oh, she knows the governor. We didn't need her in there in Bowen High. Get her out. We don't know. We also don't need people like Kai Nishiki telling tourists don't come to Maui. Because some of us, thousands of us, work in the hotel industry. They pay our mortgage. They give us our medical. And the medical, besides the county, is pretty good for somebody old like me. So don't go tell tourists, don't come Maui, because you're not speaking for us, the working people. You're speaking for yourself. Lahaina going to be the first satellite city. Well, hey, Jeff Bezos, you got what you wanted. Oprah, you got what you wanted. And the guy who owns the nut, you got what you wanted. It's all over. That's what happened. Okay. We need help in Lahaina. Who's going to come now and ask us, can I pray for you, Auntie?
Thank you.
Can I help you with your paperwork? Because all we got so far was $700, and we don't know who to call or anything. It's culturally insensitive in that zone.
Okay, thank you very much.
That city council, they went off. To give an idea of the wealth that these two have via the Independent, who cited Forbes, Oprah has a net worth of $2.5 billion and owns at least 13 properties on the Hawaiian Islands, adding up to over 1,000 acres of land. Meanwhile, The Rock is reportedly the world's highest paid actor at $270 million. Now, they did donate $10 million together. You know what? Fine. Whatever. That's pennies to folks like this. Insider routing contacts, the donations to victims in Maui, Hawaii, represented less than 0.5% of their combined estimated wealth. His donation represents 1.8% of the net worth ascribed to him by Forbes. For an American with a net worth of $150,000 to make an equivalent gift, it would cost them $2,700. Meanwhile, Winfrey, who owns more than 2,000 acres, has a Forbes estimated net worth of $2.5 billion. That would mean she is one of the richest self-made women in America, and donated a sum that accounted for about 0.2% actually of her net worth, roughly the same as a person with $150,000 giving $300. That's why when you see these notes of them saying, we donated $10 million, I think that's great. I think that's great. It also, as I just stated, pennies to people like this. On top of this, there is tax exemptions for charities. Some others on TikTok dug into what the heads of these charities are making per year, and it's high. The audacity to ask people, and I agree with these folks, the audacity to ask everyday people to donate when these are some of the richest people in the world, it's preposterous. I also saw that their donations, those that donated rather to their charity, it was like $2,500. There are ways to go about this. Okay. Federal assistance is needed. More federal assistance from the United States government is needed. But to see the richest of rich who will never have to worry about anything in their lives because most of it can be solved by the wealth that they have, not pay their fair share of taxes, and then also ask us to donate for them, it's ludicrous. And I'm putting this nicely. It's flat out ludicrous.